Your son will never have a good career in life. How would you feel if someone says this to your father? Your son is horrible. You should be ashamed of him. How would you feel if someone says this to your mother? Ladies and gentlemen, if those words were told to your parents right in front of you, how would you feel? I grew up watching rocket launches in Sriharikota, Andhra Pradesh, as my father was a scientist in Indian Space Research Organization. My mother is a homemaker, in fact, a heaven maker. We lived in ISRO township where two things can happen at large. You do something good, only your neighbors will know about it. And you do something bad, then the entire colony will know about it. I was just an average student in the school, but managed to get into a decent college in engineering. Stayed in hostel with friends, was home, away from home. So right from day one, I concentrated on my academics and co-curricular activities. So during my second year, I was one among the 60 students selected from over 2 lakh applications for a summer camp at IIT Kanpur. After completing a month-long rigorous program, I was really confident that I can do great things in life. But don't know, life has other plans. One day, when I was preparing for my exams, I could see a lot of noise in the hostel corridor. And what I saw was the first years getting ragged by my batchmates and friends. My friend called me to join in. And he was ragging a junior who happened to be from my department. So I asked about the junior's background and promptly left from there. But before leaving, I casually told my friend that continue the fun. However, I never realized that a fun gesture would turn into a disaster. A week later, I was called by the warden suddenly. When I went to the warden, I already saw some of my friends sitting outside, looking gloomy. So the moment I entered the warden, he said that you are one among the 11 who were accused of ragging as per the complaint given by the first years. Your son is horrible, and he has completely ruined his life. My parents heard those words from the disciplinary committee when they were present there. This entire ragging event made it to the front page of a popular newspaper. That aggravated the disciplinary committee to give a verdict that I should vacate the hostel permanently, barred from attending any placements, and even participating in any competitions too. Hearing that, my heart stopped for a moment. I was completely shattered and stunned. First thing, I called my dad and poured my heart out. He listened patiently and asked, Rishi, what happens in an accident? Have your parents ever asked the most perfect question at an inappropriate time? He smiled and said that in an accident, either you crash onto someone or someone crashes onto you. In any case, you get hurt. You can't just keep thinking about your wounds and lie down there. You just have to show up to the world who you really are. Show up. Those words struck my mind. And I started looking at things differently. I gradually learned to show up. I slowly started looking at ways and opportunities to engage myself and challenge myself so that I can show up stronger. I opened my heart to those whom I least interacted with. In fact, they were more welcoming and supportive to me. What followed from there was series of explorations and loads of learnings. I became an event coordinator for a national level technical symposium. I designed the entire event and approximately handled 120 colleges in those 3 days. After a series of requests, my principal revoked the ban on my placements, and guess what? I got placed in the first company. After a year, I quit my job and went on to do my master's in construction management in VNIT. I joined L&T, and currently I take care of construction of nuclear power plants. Looking back, I realized what happened actually transformed me to the person I am today. Today, I have a beautiful wife, retired parents, whom I have managed to make them proud again. My dad's words still guide me, just show up. Courage is not the absence of fear, it's acting in spite of it. Thank you.